Hello, everyone. I am going to be sharing with you a few tutorials regarding our new payroll HRIS system. HRIS stands for Human Resources Information System, and we are very excited that we really are moving towards a true HRIS system that will include not only your payroll and your time clock, but also performance reviews and everything that you would need to see access to, I think will be, at your fingertips at this point. What we're doing right now is starting with the payroll side of it so we can get everybody paid through this system. And in the next upcoming months, we'll be sharing more information on other features within the system. Right now, I know there's been a lot of different emails going out regarding your clocking into two systems. So we do appreciate your patience as we navigate through this change. The first thing I'm going to just, as you can see on the screen, is your login menu. And hopefully by now everybody has seen this. I'm going to log in using a test employee to show you a few items. First of all, just kind of how we log in using this system, how you can allocate time, how you can request paid time off, other items such as split shifts, those type of things. So I'm going to just really start by the logging in process. And what we're going to do is I am going to go ahead and show you this. If you haven't logged in yet, what you will want to do is use your username. And your username is just your first and last name. And if you haven't set anything up, I recommend when you do this, go ahead and hit forgot password, and then you can reset your password to whatever you would want that password to be. So just give me a few minutes here as I log into the system. And hopefully I got that password right. Okay, so you can see this is kind of the dashboard where you will be logged into. There will be some additional things that we can share in upcoming sessions as maybe how you can manage your dashboard a little differently. But for now, I just want to kind of give you the basics. When you get to this point, you will want to scroll down the screen a little bit, and you can see your clock in information right there. So you will clock in. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to clock in. Or I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. We'll clock in here. Now it's saying I'm clocked in. If when you clock in, there's a couple things that I want to share with you. At the time, if your home department maybe is in, I'm going to just use an example, maybe it's the trade clinic, but today you're working in the Omega clinic. And if you have, what you can do is go here to change job department. And if you click on this down arrow and hit browse, this particular individual, and I should have used maybe an Omega acute, but this particular individual is set up as an RN on acute, and maybe you're clocking in and you're going to be clocking into labor and delivery. So we'll just, as you do change departments, you will see these are the lists that's been assigned to your profile. So you will click on that one and hit OK. And now you are, you have logged into that particular cost center or that particular department. I use the Omega Clinic. Same thing there. If you're an Omega Clinic nurse and you log in, you will see all the different clinic options, just like you would have seen there, except it'll be clinic, and you'll just click on the clinic that you're clocking into. Kind of using the same example, maybe you are an on-call person, like maybe you are surgery and you're being called back, or maybe you're radiology and being called back. After you clock in, if you click right here on timesheet, and you can see here, I was trying to work with this a little bit, but we're going to look at this line here, what says 647. If you arrow over here, you can see under activities, if you click on this icon, you can see browse, so you can click there. And these are the options right now. This may be changing as we continue updating our system, but for right now, this is what's in here. So you would click callback and hit save, or hit callback and then hit close down here. This would also be a way you could indicate a no lunch. Maybe at the end of the day, you wasn't able to get your lunch for whatever reason. If you click no lunch here, hit close, that notification will go to your manager. And then that way you're not having to email the manager and the manager having to make those edits. So we can hit callback here, and then you'll see it's changed the callback. You would just want to hit save, so it saves your clock in that way. If you're not called back, it's just a regular shift, you wouldn't want to do that. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is what happens if at the end of the day you need to allocate your time. And there's what some people will allocate throughout the day and they just switch departments, and that's fine. If it doesn't work for you to do that, you can always do that at the end of the day. And so what you're going to do, again, you'll come down here to your middle of your screen, and you're going, and you'll click on my pay or my timesheet here. And what you will do then is once you click on my timesheet, you're going to click here, and you're going to split allocation time. So maybe you're a nurse on the acute, and you spent some time, this person would have clocked into labor and delivery. Maybe you need to switch your time to nursery. So you click on cost center here, and you can come down here, and then you can say, okay, I'm going to spend some of my time in the nursery part here. And you would just split at whatever time you thought that would be. Obviously, you're going to have more than a minute in there, but let's say it's a 12-hour shift. Maybe you want to split it at midnight. It's not, you'll have to put a split at time. You can't put just flat time, but if you know it was 2 hours that you spent, you can just split it at, the last 2 hours of your day, or the first 2 hours of your day, or however that works to get that time in there. So that's how you're going to allocate your time in Kronos. If there's questions as you go through it, like I said, we're all kind of learning some of these features together. So just know that we are, if there's questions, please let me know what those are. And if I don't know the answer, I definitely will find it out for you. Another neat feature in this system is you can also request PTO through here. So if you, when I come here, you'll click on what I refer to as the hamburger menu. And that would be these 3 lines on the top left of your screen. So if you click on the hamburger menu and you come down here to time, and then you can look here at time off. And these are your options. And I'll talk about history in just a little bit and balance. But first, we're going to talk about requests. So you can hit request, and then you can choose what type you need off. Maybe it's bereavement leave. Maybe it's paid time off. Maybe you don't have paid time off and you're requesting unpaid time off. You just need a couple days for something, but we're going to work on paid time off for now. So we're going to say paid time off, and then you're going to hit over here, start request. And then you're going to say, you want full day, you want multiple days, you want partial days. So if you did a full day, you would do that, and you can indicate what day you want. And then after you do that, you'll hit submit request. If you do a partial day, maybe you just want to take, I'm going to use 2.5 hours at the end of the day because you had to leave early, and you will put that in here. And the reason I'm using that as an example, 2.5 hours, is in Optimum, the minutes was a fraction of a minute and not true minutes. So if you were to say 2.5 hours in Optimum, it would have been 2.5, because 5 is a half of that hour. It's a fraction of that hour. However, the good thing in UKG Kronos is a half hour is 30 minutes. 15, if it's a 15-minute, it's 15 minutes. So you're really only saying if you're, what is the minute of that hour. If you just need a half hour, it's going to be 30 minutes. If you are short 15 minutes, you will put 2 hours and 15 minutes. Very simple to use. So we can just say, okay, I need to ask for 2 hours and 30 minutes of vacation because I had to leave early on, let me see here. I had to leave early on Friday the 10th. So I'm going to press 2.5 hours of PTO, and I'm going to hit submit request. The request today is a scheduled day off. I am not, I think that's how the person was set up. That error shouldn't be coming up, but it probably was something that has been set up in the system as a test. Don't just ignore that piece, but that's how you will request time off in this system. The other item I would like to show you is if you come down here and you want to see what is my PTO balance. Right now, usually what you would do is look at your paycheck, but you could also come here, look at my time. You're going to look at time off, and you can go down here to balances. And then you see this test employee has 250 hours available for them to take. You can see here pending approval. This is your current rate and how you're accruing it. And so that is how you can see your PTO. If you come down here to time and time off again, if you have any history, you can see how much time you have taken off. And then past year, it would go back. Of course, there's no history in there right now, past year, but you can look at that once all of your information is loaded. If you come down here to time again, I do want to point out there's a leave. And this leave is not paid time off. There will be more training coming on this leave, but this is more referring to if you have FMLA. And like I said, we will be getting to that in the upcoming months and be training on that. But for now, we really are focusing on your time clocking in, clocking out, and making sure that we're getting your information into the system so we can pay you the way we need to pay you. One other last item I'm going to train you on is I'm going to train you on looking at your screen. So you really can set your screen up any way that you feel is appropriate or that's easy for you. So here, this timesheet is in the middle of the page. You might want to say, I really would like to see this on the top. So you can move it top section, left section. So we're going to say top section. And now you can see your time clock is right as you log in. Other items on this, this is your mailbox to-do item. So if there's something out there that your manager wants you to do, this will probably be more applicable to you once we get into the performance management and those type of things. You can make yourself sticky notes here for reminders. Then announcements, this will be where if we request any announcements, like from HR, open enrollment, you can see announcements there if we do any mass announcements. And honestly, I really am just looking at this as I'm training, but your PTO is also on your screen and you can hit request paid time off here as well. So, and then one last thing down here is little fun items that you can play with and you can feed your turtles. At the end of the day, if you are like me and all you can deal with is the kids and you don't have pets, then this is how you can have pets. Anyway, you can also change that, I think, and I haven't tried it. I think you can change what type. Oh, you can change it to buffaloes or, different items, and you can change the number and the background. So that's kind of a fun little thing for people to do if you would like to just look at that for whatever reason. So that is going to conclude my training on this product right now. Again, I want to say I appreciate everybody's patience as we go through this process. And we are going to love this system. It's just going to take a little time to adjust. Again, I just ask that if there's questions, something doesn't look right, let us know. We will get it right, and it's going to be a good product to use. So I hope you all have a good day and enjoy your new payroll system.